Okay, everyone out there in amazing YouTube space and internet land. And in the very beginning of this video, I must confess that I didn't want to make this short episode of mine because I really don't fucking know what to speak about, and I still don't know what to speak about, and I don't know, I don't want to annoy your ears and whine again about something unnecessarily stuff and you know what I'm saying, and I don't know exactly. For me, it means just very important thing to speak about, like on a regular basis. Because when I don't speak for a long while, it becomes more just not so good to me to speak again. And taking into account that I haven't spoken for, let's say, how many, maybe 6 days in a row. Now I'm making very wrong sounds, and my accent is so harsh, and I don't know, I'm not fucking able to just keep my stream of consciousness, maybe in English, maybe in my own language, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm a maniac, as you might relate to what I'm saying. I'm a maniac of my English, and just I don't know, guys, maybe I'll give you some recap of what happened recently, and maybe what happened around this weekend, and what I was doing all those days, like Saturday and Sunday and maybe Friday, and I don't know, I don't remember it in details, but fuck, this image of mine starts to just move in shot and snaps again, and now it's stopped. Thanks God. Guys, I'll be doing rubbish in this video, forgive me and bear with my bad English and with my poor pronunciation and with my all grammar mistakes, and I try to speak spontaneously, I try to speak like at random topics, not even at random topics, but speak without having no topics in my head at all. And yesterday I met a friend of mine. His name was and still is Victor, and we covered a fair distance, let's say maybe 10 kilometers, by strolling throughout our nicest hoods and nicest vicinities, and we met some American fellas playing in Pobeda Park, and we met and we had a banter, not a banter, but a quick short talk about nothing as always. And I was kind of, guys, what are you doing here? And they replied, they were like, oh, Alex, we are here to have a nice day and have a nice activities of us. And they were doing our blobs, or just those bulbs made of soap, foam, and bulbs. Again, they were doing nothing in a very harsh way, I must confess. And they've been all the way like that, doing nothing and pretending to be something, doing something significant in their lives. I'm mocking them again, and I'm a friend of those guys. I'm not a close friend of them, but I kinda acquaintance guy, you know. And I may say that they're pretty nice people, and without just I mean, every one of us might have his or her own quirks in our minds, and I respect people who has personal shtick, personal attitude to things, to life, how they approach life, how they do their lives, you know what I'm saying. And again, I hate blunt people when they do regular things in their lives, then they follow certain patterns without having to make their own tracks in their lives, you know what I'm saying. And that's how I've always been all my life. And guys, and I'm sipping my coffee here, guys. I don't know, maybe it has it happened to you, just that you don't fucking want to do anything, I don't know, let alone like speak English or speak your own language. I'm so And so just I'm so influenced by my own personal things that occur to me this period of my life. And guys, I should prolong this video a little bit more to warm up my tongue and to pull myself into this conversation, to this soliloquy I should say, and in order to drill my pronunciation skills and my general apprehension of English language. And here I am. And guys, what I was about to tell you, recently I was following a blog of some Native American guy, and he told in his blog about yachts and some boats spread throughout America, how they sell off, how they what style they offer to people. I mean producers of boats, of yachts, of all this related stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he had a coverage from some marketing place, from some exhibition I should say, and he was covering all those things, the prices, the decoration of those yachts, the decoration of those boats, how much they costed, what equipment they had on board, how they were decorated from the inside. He even made pictures from the inside and made all those nice pictures of the internal premises perched within those yachts and within those boats. And that was something, I'm telling you, that was something, because I've never seen anything like that before, and that was pretty pleasant to my ears, to my eyes, and I became clear that I should make more money in my life and buy some of those yachts maybe in my future days, and I'm sure that I will. And with my manic-like attitude to my uncommon things in my future, I definitely will. I'm telling you, because I'm so persistent and straight going with the things that I'm following in my personal life nowadays, these days I should say. And guys, also I followed some blog of some Native American guy number 2, but he himself considers himself the number 1 guy in terms of learning thing as for learning English language for not native speakers. And he himself is a native speaker of English. He's an American guy, and he produces a very brilliant vlog about how to make yourself more seasoned, more skillful about doing your English, and how to learn how to approach English language the way native speakers do. And I'm a follower of him for a long while, let's say, I don't know, maybe more than half a year, let's say maybe 8 months, and I'm doing my own vlog like this channel, and I'm forwarding my English to my personal highs. And I don't know, whatever you would say about the level of my English, I consider myself as a person who did a lot to myself, who contributed a lot to my English, and I'm still on it, and I will never quit it if I don't die. And who knows future, no one knows, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And guys, in this short vlog episode of mine, where this episode, I must say, I'll be very short and maybe not so just vague about things that I wanted to share, and in order for you to keep all those things nice and short for you now, I'm gonna maybe wrap this shit up, and maybe I wouldn't, and I still don't have any fucking idea what I speak about, and please bear with my rude language, bear with my sometimes harsh pronunciation, and with my native originated accent that goes to my English. And I'm only learning. If I spend a fair amount of time in English speaking country, as one guy once said to me, I would have much more decent way of my vocabulary, of my pronunciation. But it's sad, but I haven't had any opportunity to be in any English speaking country. Never. If I would, I probably would have much more fluent level of English, and I hope that I will. Someday I will be in some English speaking country, maybe in America, maybe in Canada, maybe in UK. Who knows how it goes and how it materializes. And guys, that's been kind of very concentrated as always, and very unprepared speech of mine, and bear with all my mistakes, with all my shit that I brought with me. And if you are my follower, thanks again for your attitude, for your being in my life. And if you just maybe doing the same thing that I do, then we are friends anyway. And I'll be in touch with you as soon as I can, as soon as I have my mood to speak again. And that's it for this short episode of mine. And take care, all guys and girls. See you until a while. See you soon. Bye.